All right, in this video, I have one of my clients asking me about which direction he should go with his niche and how he should go about picking his niche. So in this video, I go over exactly what he should do, how he should do it, and my suggestions around that. So this will be helpful for anybody who is struggling with knowing what kind of niche to go into, who to serve, how to narrow that down. So without further ado, let's dive into the video.
Okay, that's great. And then the other thing too is, so I don't know if you remember, but I'm going to be meeting with a past client who's not in the construction business at all. He's a florist.
Yep.
But hey, I mean, he's interested. I'm not going to turn that opportunity down, even though it's not in my niche and stuff.
Yep.
Is that fine? I mean, as you're kind of niching, to still have some stuff, because I'm gonna have a case.
Yeah, it's okay. Just don't advertise it because you're going to confuse your market, right? So it's okay in the beginning, but when you're taking on 10 construction companies a month, should you do that? No.
So, but should I advertise on the landing page and stuff? If I put a case study, should I put his on there?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Because, I mean, if you're a construction company and you're going to a company that says they only work with construction companies, but then you see a florist, what do you think?
This guy doesn't really work with just construction companies. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you did do it, you could take it and put it on a separate landing page and isolate it. So if you have a general businesses landing page, that's fine to put it on there. But you're going to confuse your market if you have a bunch of construction companies and then a florist case study in there.
Right.
But if you have other general businesses that you've worked for, then you can have a separate landing page for that where you have general case studies where you have that one and other ones, if that makes sense.
Okay. So if I'm going to start targeting those guys, yeah, how would I make that? Because if I am targeting construction, this other more general one, what would that be servicing?
Let's say you have, so it depends on how you want to niche yourself down in the future, but let's say you have you want to go after general businesses, then you could have a florist case study and anybody else you've done work for as a general business and have that on a separate landing page.
Okay.
And then that's where you'd send people who are, hey, I'd love to see results you've gotten for, local service-based businesses or local SMBs, small businesses. Yeah, cool. Here's the case study page for that. You send them only there. But then for construction, you have just a landing page with construction. Because when you have a case study page with only one type of market, construction, you just build a lot more leverage because they think you only work with their type of person. I'm going to pay the specialist. It's the classic. I'm going to pay the specialist a lot more than I'm going to pay the general person who does everything.
Right.
I'm going to pay if I need to get an operation on my foot, I'm going to pay the guy who's done 100 foot surgeries with my specific injury over the general surgeon who does foots and knees and backs and brain surgery. I'm going to pay that person more because they're specialized, right? Mm-hmm. You probably came to us because we only work with video businesses, right? You're not coming to us because we work with any coaching business or any business in general, right? That's all strategic, so I can position myself in a marketplace where this is only what we do, if that makes sense.
Okay. So starting off, because I don't have a lot of ammunition in terms of case studies, so this is my one bullet right now.
Sure.
What do you suggest then? Because part of me also, this is the thing too, with the thing, but there are a lot of small businesses around here. There is, down the street, even where I live, there's a ton of just different businesses, know?
Yeah.
But I know that you guys kind of teach, you do kind of want to niche, be more niche, so then your target audience and stuff.
You're either you're only niching down in the market or the method. So if your method is super niche for small businesses, then you're good. But if you don't really have a great method, then you'd want to go niche in the actual market.
Got it.
Where this is the specific type of person I help, and I create kind of a general solution for them, but it's very specific in the person. Whereas if you have a very specific strategy or video strategy that you use, then you could go more broad to just small businesses in general.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to be recording with him on Friday. I'm just going to get it just to, because I think that's still important content to have.
It 100% is. You should. You should.
Kind of what to kind of do.
I would just ask so have you ever worked with construction companies before, ever?
No.
What type of small businesses have you worked for?
It's mainly the florist. I worked for a costume company.
Okay.
It's just a random gig. Yeah, so they make Halloween costumes and stuff. And then, man, most of the other stuff has been like not a ton after that. After that, I have a lot of passion projects that are good, like documentary. I worked with a big social media influencer, like behind the scenes video for a photo shoot.
Okay, great.
It's a lot of random shit.
I would just use, if you have the social media thing too, then I'm leaning more towards having you go more SMB route with a very specific method where we're going to create content that helps you go viral on social media, to attracts more people to your local business. We'll iron out what that looks, but I feel that you're going to have more luck with that because you already have a better starting point with the case study with the florist. You could potentially you could do a self-guided case study with the influencer brand that you worked with, or the influencer, and then you could target local small businesses and online businesses and influencers, that kind of thing, where you're creating content for them. Because can you be successful in construction? Absolutely. Is it going to be a harder learning curve? Absolutely. Because you don't have anything to work off of, right? Number one rule of entrepreneurship is use what you got. And if you have stuff already for local SMBs, it's just going to be easier, because it's their number one question in their brain is going to be who have you worked with? Who have you worked with before? It's like, if you're nobody, then you can offer a discounted package or a free package or stuff like that to get your foot in the door. That's fine. But if you've already worked with somebody, you already have some case studies and examples of work. Any of the documentaries, are they branded documentaries? Were they for a brand? Were they just in general?
They were more, and this is where I wanted to try to manipulate them to kind of sell it. They weren't branded, so they were straight up passion projects. I found these really interesting stories, really interesting people.
Okay.
And I just shot, and one went to a film festival, just kind of that stuff. I'm working on one now about a photographer that works with lowriders. So what I kind of wanted to kind of use is, hey, look, I'm just a natural storyteller, filmmaker. We can use documentary level kind of focus on your story and then create the brand film, because my background is
I like that. I think using storytelling to sell as one of your pillars with your method to local businesses, where it's, hey, we're going to create a story around your business, which is going to help you attract people, get them to come in and trust you and buy into your vision for the company. And then you market that to small to medium-sized businesses. And then you can also go to online businesses, influencers, stuff like that. But I think that's a better route for you than the construction, just because sometimes with the construction stuff, if you've never done it, it's a larger hill to climb, you know?
And I'm glad that, we were talking about this, because that's been one of the things. I'm still kind of early on, but that's kind of just been my struggle as well. What exactly am I going to be? But I think the method and using what I already have, you said, I think
use what you got, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's why we only bring people onto this program who have had previous clients in some way, shape, or form, because you're going to need to leverage that a bit to get the case studies and then start to build a process and a method around what it is that you do. But you could, if storytelling is a huge thing, then you could do a self-guided case study around the documentary, and we can kind of brand it and angle it in a way where we use story to advertise for you, to help you advertise. And the story is going to help people get bought into your mission and your values and your vision on what you're doing.
Yes, I would love that. I know that I don't want to take up too much time, but if
you're
I
good.
can definitely talk more about how to use those videos to, like I said, manipulate them in a way to look at what we've done in the past and how we can use this level of storytelling for your
Yeah, I mean, that's where you can kind of almost maybe call them brand films if it fits. It depends. I haven't seen them, so I don't really know. But you could call them potentially brand films. You could mock up some shorter form pieces of content to show how you could post them on social media to link people to the website where they can watch your brand's documentary or brand film, where they can learn more about what it is that your company does and get bought in. And then you can use this video as a way to position yourself against your competitors.
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We can work it a little bit more, but that's some thoughts I'd put in your head around thinking through how we could possibly do that.
Yeah, no, that because I said construction, because I was just, all right, I got to pick something. But you said
you don't want to pick something you don't have a lot of experience in, because it's just, can it work? Yes. Is it going to take longer? Yes, 100%. All right, I hope you got value from that. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about how you can niche down, how you can get more clients, how you can get more clients on retainer for your video business as a videographer or a creative agency, click the link in the description and watch a short workshop going over exactly how we do this, and we'll see you there.